الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تمسك بسنته بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد, after praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and sending the salutations upon the Messenger alayhi salatu wassalam, and upon his family and his companions, and upon all those who follow upon his guidance into the establishment of the last day. To proceed, ikhwan, فَاللَّهُمَّ إِنَّا نَعُوذَ بِكَ مِنْ عِلْمٍ لَا يَنْفَعُ وَمِنْ قَلْبٍ لَا يَخْشَعُ وَمِنْ نَفْسٍ لَا تَشْبَعُ وَمِنْ دُعَاءٍ لَا يُسْمَعُ. Verily, Ya Allah, we seek refuge with you from knowledge that has no benefit, and from a heart that has no fear, and from a soul that has no satisfaction nor contentment, and from a dua that goes unanswered, and from a dua that goes unanswered. To proceed, ikhwan, فَكُنَّا مُسْتَفِيدِينَ مُتَعَلِّمِينَ من هذا البرنامج من كتب جامعة محمد بن سعود. So we continue to learn and benefit and educate ourselves from this program, whereas we're reading from the books of the University of Muhammad ibn Saud, مع شيء ما من التعليق وشيء ما من الشرح والحمد لله. And we have some commentary or some small explanation, if you will, as we give while we're reading and learning from this program. طيب. فمن يريد أن يقرأ? So who wants to continue the reading, يا إخوان? طيب فضي أبا الزبير اقرأ.
طيب. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: رب صائم ليس له من صيامه إلا جوع.
Ahsant. واصل. Continue.
وتأتي بعد انتهاء شهر الصوم فرحة المسلمين بعيد فطر
نعم.
يلبس ناس ملابس جديدة وتطيبون ثم يؤدون صلاة ويتزاورون
ويهنئ. نعم.
يهنئ كل منهم آخر بالذكر سعيدا.
طيب أحسنت يا أخي. طيب, our sister says I'm driving, so I'm labas. طيب, so our brother, he continues. He says وَيَأْتِ بَعْدَ الْإِنْتِهَاءِ شَهْرِ الصَّوْمِ, and it comes after, or something comes after the ending or the completion of the month of fasting. Farahatul Muslimin, the happiness of the Muslims. The happiness of the Muslims. طيب, kalimatu farha. The word, ya ikhwan, is farha. Wa alayka assalamu wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. طيب, the word here, or one of our new words, ya ikhwan, is farahatun. Farahatun is the masdar, the verbal noun from the verb fariha. Fariha. We have fariha. Fariha, to be happy. In the present tense, yafrahu, he is happy. Yafrahu, to be happy. rejoice, be happy. Al-masdar, the verbal noun from this verb, is farahatun. You can also say farah. Farahun, also farahatun. There are two. Happiness. Farahun and farahatun. Now, happiness. Now this is the noun that is derived from the verb. Happiness. So he says, after Ramadan, after the completion of the month of fasting. What's the month of fasting, ya ikhwan? Ramadan. I sent. So after the completion of the month of fasting, Farhatul Muslimin, the Muslims are happy. They are happy now. They just completed fasting, alhamdulillah. طيب, inshallah, istafadu min. Inshallah, they benefited therein. He says, Farhatul Muslimina bi Eid al-Fitr. By the Eid, the celebration of al-Fitr. The Eid بعد Ramadan يسمى عيد الفطر. Eid al-Fitr. The Eid, or the celebration after Ramadan, is called Eid al-Fitr. Eid al-Fitr. طيب, سؤال الأول, question number 1. Why is it Muslimin and not Muslimun? Why is it Muslimin and not Muslimun? He says, Ahsant, it's the mudaf ilayh. He says, Farahatu al-Muslimina. Right? So here is Farahatu al-Muslimina. Is ya kanat wawan. The ya was a waw. The origin is what? Al-Muslimuna. Al-Muslimuna. That's the origin. 3 or more Muslims. You say Al-Muslimuna. This is the origin. So the origin was a waw. Al-wawu انقلبت ياءً لأن الكلمة مضافا إليه. So the waw becomes a ya because it's the happiness of the Muslims. So therefore, the ya, or the waw becomes a ya. This word cannot take a kasra. So the way you change it is that the waw becomes a ya. Now, the word Eid, Eidun, is a celebration. Eidun, celebration. كم عيدا في الإسلام? How many Eid or A'yad are there in Islam? I said 2. What about your birthday? That's not a celebration. What about Halloween? What about Easter? What about Mother and Father's Day? What about Christmas? Why isn't it correct to celebrate your birthday or Christmas or Mother's Day or Father's Day or Halloween or Valentine's or any of these other days? Why isn't it correct to celebrate these days? Who made these days up? Huh?
They weren't just from the Sunnah. They weren't from the Sunnah.
Hey, they're not from Islam. And I'll give you another benefit, ya ikhwan. They're not from any religion. No religion, if you go technically, religiously, shara'an, religiously, any religion you want to mention, any religion, Judaism, Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, any religion you want to mention, none of these holidays are part of those religions. Not one. Every religion is against these holidays. Everyone. The Muslims, the Christians, the Jews, the Buddhists, any other religion I can't think of at this moment. Someone came وَأَقَامَ بِهَذِهِ الْأَعْيَادِ, and they came up with these religions. Having a Christmas tree is frowned upon in Christianity. We do it nowadays, many of us, many Muslims do it now also. The Christians, they do it, the Jews, they do it, but it's not from the religion. You have the doer of the religion, and then you have the religion. You have the Muslim, and then you have his religion, Islam. You have the Christian, and then you have their religion, Christianity. The Muslim is the doer of their religion. The religion is called Al-Islam. But even if the Muslim does it, it doesn't mean it's from the religion. Two different things. Is it from the religion of the Muslim? The answer is no. Even if a Muslim celebrates his birthday, many Muslims say, happy born day. They change the word. Happy anniversary, whatever they want to change. But they don't have that right. Why? Because that's not from the religion. Every day is your birthday if you want to get technical. You want to get technical because you woke up and sleep is a brother of death. So you were asleep. Okay. Allah Ta'ala, manna alayka bi yawmin jadid. Allah has given you the honor to have a new day. He woke you up. So if you will, every day is your birthday, if you will. Okay. But to celebrate a particular day that you were born on, no religion is that from. Not one. Another benefit, not one of the righteous, not one of the prophets and messengers, going back to Adam and Noah, Muhammad, Musa, Yusuf, Yaqub, Jesus, Ibrahim, not one of the prophets and messengers. Every religion believes these prophets and messengers are noble, honorable, esteemed. Every religion, the Jews, the Christians, the Muslims, they honor all of these prophets and messengers. And they say they follow them to the best of their ability. Oh yeah. Not one of them, Moses, Jesus, Muhammad, Noah, Adam, Yusuf, Yaqub, you mention the prophets and messengers. You choose. You choose. You be your judge. Not one of them celebrated his birthday. Not one of them told his people or their followers or the people who believe in them to celebrate their birthday. Not one. So in Islam, there are two celebrations. Just two. One of them is Eidul al-Fitr, the celebration after the month of fasting. Eid al-Fitr. After fasting, there's a celebration. It's called Eidul al-Fitr. You're celebrating the completion of Ramadan. And then the other one is Eidul al-Adha in the month of Hajj. Or no, the celebration of sacrifice. These are the only two celebrations religiously of al-Islam. Al-Adha. doesn't mean you don't show honor to your ummi. No, every day you show honor to your mother. That's our religion. You don't choose one day and I'm going to be honorable and grateful and notable to my mother and father. No, every day I'm going to honor my mother, obey my mother, respect my mother, be dutiful to my mother. This is the Muslim. Every day, not one day. She has way more honor that I'm kind to her one day. No, every day. She's birthed me. How can I only show her honor one day? No, that's not from Islam. You honor your mother every day. Every day. You honor your father every day. Not one day. That's the correct position. Wallahu alam. And Allah knows best. طيب, he says, فَفِيهِ يَلْبَسُ النَّاسُ مَلَابِسَ الْجَدِيدَ. On this day, the people, they wear new clothes. On this day. Al-libsu jam'uhu al-malabis. The plural of clothes is malabis. Labisa means to wear. Labisa means to wear. Labisa means to wear. Labisa. The things that you wear from clothing are called, you can say libsun, you can say malbasun, clothes. Or clothing. جمع هذه الكلمة, the plural of this word, if you use lips, the plural is libas. Covering, or things that you use to cover yourself. Libasun, clothing. The plural of lips. The plural of clothing. If you use malbas, that's the plural in our reading. Malbas, the plural is malabisu. Malabisu. So this is clothing in the plural. More than one item of clothing. It's called malabisu. We have a few different ones. Labisa means to wear. Lipsun and malbasun, clothing. The plural of lips, libasun. The plural of malbas, malabisu. But he says, وَيَتَطَيَّبُونَ, and they put on fragrances. It's from the sunnah to smell nice. If you can smell nice all the time, smell nice all the time. Even the women. But the women, they smell nice inside when they're with their families, when they're with their close relatives. But when the woman goes out, it's not upon her to smell attractive and alluring. No, those people don't have that right to smell her in a desired manner, in an alluring manner. No, that's for her family and her relatives. But when she goes out, she doesn't perfume her body and herself. No, that's when she's with the family, her relatives in the house. Tatayyab means to put on smell goods, to put on fragrances, oils. Tatayyab. تمرنا أو مررنا على هذه الكلمة قبل. We had this word before, يا إخوان. تطيب. تطيب, to put on oils, put on fragrance. تطيب. Put on musk, oils, scents. تطيب. So on the Eid, it's a sunnah أن يلبس المسلم ملابس جديدة جميلة وأن يتطيب. So it's from the sunnah that when you're going out to the Eid, you put on your nice clothes, your new clothes, your beautiful clothes. For the men, you put on fragrances. For the women, you put on fragrance in the home, around your family. The woman, she covers her beauty. And this is something for our Muslim women. Nowadays, it's the opposite. Our Muslim woman in the house, you never see her dress up nice. Never a nice shirt, nice pants, nice dress, never. But when she goes out, when such and such has a function or a dinner, oh, now she's the Mary J. Muslim. She's the J-Lo Muslim. Where are you going? Sister such and such is having a function. So now I'm getting dressed. Your house has more right. And this is something that our women have to understand. Although they may say, well, who's going to see me in the house? Why get my hair done? Why put on my new outfit? I'm in the house. Your house has more right that you're beautiful in your home. Outside your home, the people don't have the right to see your beauty. In our religion, you cover your beauty. Only certain selected people have the right to see your beauty. So you look nice, you look presentable, yes. But your beauty, no, you cover it. Most of our women are the opposite. She's never going to look nice in the house unless such and such has a function, or the sisters having a gathering, or now, Allahu Akbar, she puts on the nice kuhul, the nice jilbab, the nice dress, the nice. Being in the house has more right. Allahu A'lam. طيب. He says, ثم يؤدون صلاة العيد. Then the Muslims perform the Eid prayer, the prayer of the celebration of the Eid. ويتزاورون, and then they visit one another. They visit one another. It's from Islam to visit, to take time out from your day, your schedule, your time, and visit your family, your friends, your companions. That's worship. You visit your ummi, your abi, your brother. You get a reward for that in Islam. That's worship. On the Eid, that's another day, you can visit one another. طيب اكتبوا هذه الكلمة. Write this word down يا إخوان. زارة. زارة. زارة means to visit. زارة or زارة means to visit. زارة means to visit. تزاورة means to visit each other. زارة means to visit. You visit someone. تزور شخصا. You're visiting someone. تزاورة, they're visiting each other. So you're doing it, I'm doing it. We both are doing it together. You visit, I visit. So on this scale, the sixth form, to do it collectively. تزاورة. Now the meaning changes slightly. To do it collectively. And that's one of the tricky parts about the verbs. Sometimes the structure changes the meaning. Now you're doing it, they're doing it. They're doing it, you're doing it. You visit each other. تزاور. One is to visit, زار. The other one is to visit each other. So مثلا تزاور, to visit each other. مثلا, for example, you say زار المسلمون. زار المسلمون. Look at this sentence يا اخوان. نضيف الحركات. Let's add our vowels. زار المسلمون. The Muslims visited. Who did they visit? ما ذكرنا. We didn't mention. زار المسلمون. The Muslims visited. Who did they visit? We didn't mention. طيب انظر هنا. Look at this next sentence. تزار المسلمون. Now the meaning changes. Now on the sixth form. تزار المسلمون. Now the meaning becomes the Muslims visited each other. So the meaning changes. زار المسلمون. The Muslims visited someone. You didn't mention who they visited. On the sixth form, تزار المسلمون. They visited each other. This group of Muslims visited those group of Muslims, and then they visited them. They both did the action, both groups, to do it together. يقول تعالى عما يتساءلون. عما يتساءلون. Allah Ta'ala says on the sixth form, عما, what يتساءلون are they asking each other about? Or concerning what they are asking each other about. Not one person asking someone only. No, he's asking him, she's asking her. Both groups are doing the action. That's also in the sixth form. The verb is sa'ala, to ask. Then you have tasa'ala. Tasa'ala. Sa'ala, to ask. Tasa'ala, to ask each other. Sa'ala, one person is asking. Tasa'ala, both sides are asking each other, or both people are asking each other. To ask each other. You ask me a question, then I ask you a question. You ask me a question, I ask you a question. We're asking each other questions. You would say tasa'ala. You're only asking him, sa'ala. Sorry. Allahu a'lam. And Allah knows best. طيب. He says وَيَتَزَاوَرُونَ, and they visit one another on that day. You visit this one, someone's going to visit you. You visited someone, someone's going to visit him. وَيُهَنِّئُ كُلٌّ مِّنْهُمْ الْآخَرَ بالعيد السعيد. And then each one of them, meaning the Muslims, on that day, congratulate each other with having a happy Eid. وهذا لا بأس به, that's allowed. ولكن السنة أن يدعو بدعاء آخر. But the sunnah, although this is allowed, is that you say كل عام وأنتم بخير. That you say every year, we hope that you're in goodness. That's the sunnah of the companions of the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam. Although you can make any dua, that's allowed, but the sunnah is that you say كل عام وأنتم بخير. And you say تقبل الله منا ومنكم كل عام وأنتم بخير. And if you say the whole dua, may Allah accept it from us and from you every year. We hope that you are in goodness. طيب عندنا الآن الامتحان. So now we have a small test يا إخوان. ويمكنكم أن تؤدوا هذا الامتحان طول يوم واحد. So this test, we're going to give you 1 day to complete it. It's open book. You have 1 day to complete it. You only have 1 day. So all those who are watching the class today, from the moment or after this class, you will have 24 hours from today, from after the class, inshallah. So we have class today. So we'll give you a little more time. We have class on Monday again, inshallah, Yom al-Ithnain. So today is Saturday. You have all the way up until Monday. You have before the class. Right? If you don't turn in your tests, you can't participate in Monday's class. If you don't turn in your tests to the Telegram or to the email or to our phones or any way you reach us, most of the students use the Telegram. Some use the Google Classroom. Whatever you use, that's fine. If you don't turn your homework in by Monday, then you can't participate in Monday's class until you do your homework, until you do the test.
What's these three things right here?
This is the first part. First part of the test is 3 questions. اقرأوا هذه الأسئلة ثم تجيبوا عنها. You're going to read the questions. There are only 3. And then you're going to answer them. So you're going to write them out. You're going to read them, write them out, and answer. You can go back to the reading if you have to. لا بأس. Second part of the test. املأ الفراغات في الجمل الآتية باختيار الكلمة المناسبة مما يلي. You're going to complete or fill in the blanks of each and the following sentences by choosing a word from the suitable words that's here. There's a list of words. And we learned these words, alhamdulillah, all of them. One word we didn't go over, and that is alfun. Alf is 1,000. The word alfun is 1,000. Alfun is 1,000. So you're going to read the list of the words, and then you have La ilaha illallah. 7 questions. So you're going to read each word, and then you're going to read the 7 sentences and complete the sentences with the words. So you're going to write them out and add the word from the list. The first part of the test is from the reading. Only 3 questions. It looks like a lot. 10 questions. You have almost 2 days to do 10 questions. Some of you are going to do this in 15 minutes. Allahu Akbar. The rest of us are going to take the whole 2 days to write 10 questions. At any rate, you have almost 2 days to do it. Today is Saturday. You have all the way up until Monday. So you're going to write the 7 sentences out, choose a word from the list, and complete the sentence. So number 1, for example, al-faraq, blank, faridatun al-muslimin. Blank is an obligation upon the Muslims. You're going to choose the word from the list. One of these words is an obligation upon the Muslim. Once you submit your test, you can't correct it. You can go over it as many times as you wish, but once you submit it, it's done. So that's our test. You have 2 days, inshallah ta'ala. All right, so let's get back to the class, inshallah, ya ikhwan. Man la yafham, who doesn't understand the test? Allahu Akbar.
All I need to know is what page is on, which page. I wasn't page.
The page is the page we're on today. The reading is on.
And just the page in general.
201 starts the reading. And then 202 is the test. And then the second half of the questions go over into 203. So you read from 201, and then the first part of the questions on 202, and then the second half rolls over to 203.
You said it was 7 questions altogether?
Total 10. Only.
It looks like it's about.
If you look here, ya ikhwan, it should be, you should have 10. The first 3.
Okay. First 3. Yep.
And then you have 7 here.
Yeah, the 7 right there. Okay, gotcha.
Oh yeah. So all you're doing is completing the blanks. You have 2 days to do so, ya ikhwan, and may Allah bless you all. Alright, let's continue, inshallah. Last part of today's class. ثالثا, exercise number 3. رتب الكلمات الآتية لتكون منها جملا مفيدة. So now we're going to arrange the words. They're in a structure. We're going to make them in a different structure in order to compose by way of them a beneficial sentence. Right. So now we have 4 sentences. The structure is out of order. Each one is going to take a sentence, and you have to arrange them in an order that the sentence makes sense. Right. من الأول? Who wants to be first? تفضل شيخ نكير. أنت الأول. اقرأ.
Okay. سعيد بنجاحي أنا.
MashaAllah. Now make it make sense.
أنا سعيد بنجاحي.
MashaAllah. So number 1, أنا سعيد بنجاحي. الله أكبر. أنا سعيد بنجاحي. So he says, I am happy with my success. Maybe he passed an exam. أنا سعيد بنجاحي. I'm happy with my success. أنا سعيد بنجاحي. Is there another way you could say it? Is it only one way? Is there another way you can say that, Juan?
Did you say they're using the word like
No, keep the same words that are there. Ana bi najahi sa'idun. Is there any other structure you can use? This is the best way. This is the best. This is one of the best ways. This is the average, everyday way. This is one of the clearest ways. Ana sa'idun bi najahi. But you can also say, sa'idun ana bi najahi. You can say that. You can say happy I am with my success. That's correct. You can say I am happy with my success. And you can say happy I am my success. Remember, sometimes even in English, Ikhwan, you can change the structure. You may have a common way that the average person speaks, yes, but sometimes, especially in Arabic, you can change the structure. You say, Aina tamshi, oh, Aina tadhhabu, where are you going? He says, Ana dhahibun ila al-masjid, I'm going to the masjid. He can say, al-masjidu ana dhahibun ilay. He can say, the masjid is where I'm going to. There are different ways you can say structures, ya ikhwan. And the more we learn, the more we continue to learn how many ways we can say certain things. Someone says to you, how was your day? I'll give you a good one, ya ikhwan. Someone says, Kayfa. Oh, someone says, Kayfa anta. How are you? Someone says, how are you? How are you? Kayfa anta. You say, Ana bi khairin, alhamdulillah. You say, I'm doing great. I'm doing good. All praise belongs to Allah. Ana bi khairin, alhamdulillah. Oh yeah, that's good. Now you can also say, Ana bi khairin, lillahi alhamd. Now we're going to switch the alhamdulillah around. Give you a few different ways. The all praise belongs to Allah. You can say alhamdulillah. And I want you to practice, ya ikhwan. What's the benefit of learning something that we're not going to benefit from? No, utilize it. Add it to your vocabulary. Alhamdulillah, you don't always have to say it this way. Alhamdulillah. No, you can change it. You say alhamdulillah. Right, that's one way. All the praise belongs to Allah. Now flip it around. Now you say lillahi or lillah. Now lillahi alhamd. You just change the structure. This one is more restrictive. Alhamdulillah. Now lillahi alhamd. So first we said all praise belongs to Allah. We switched it around. All praise belongs to Allah. This is the average everyday way we learn. Alhamdulillah. But there's a different way. Now flip it. Lillahi alhamd. Now belonging to Allah is all praise. The second way is more restrictive. The second way. First way is restrictive, but the second way is more restrictive. All the praise or all praise belong to Allah. Belonging to Allah is all praise. You flipped it around. So sometimes say Lillahi alhamd. Don't always say Alhamdulillah. No, switch it. Lillahi alhamd. How are you? Ana bi khairin lillahi alhamd. I'm doing good and belonging to Allah is all praise. And then you say Ana bi khairin alhamdulillah. I'm doing good. All praise belongs to Allah. You switch it around. We'll give you one more, inshallah. And this one you're barely going to hear ever. You're going to say Hamdan Lillah. Hamdan Lillah. Right. Hamdan Lillah. طيب. لا بأس. So 3 ways so far. Alhamdulillah. Flip it around. Lillahi alhamd. And then you get a little eloquent. Hamdan Lillah. Hamdan Lillah. So it structures is usually a better way, a good way, an okay way. So pay attention there. All right, whose turn? Number 2. Sakina is with us tonight, ya ikhwan. Sakina, tfadali. Number 2.
Al-Hajju Arkani Ruku'u min al-Islam.
All right, one more time. There's a better way. Al-Hajju, good. Start with Al-Hajju.
Al-Hajju Arkani Al-Hajju Arkanu min Islam Ruku.
All right, close. Super close. Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you make the singular first, then the plural. You said al-hajju, and then instead of saying arkanun min ruknin, make the singular first. So you're going to pick ruknun, and then you pick the plural. Arkani Islam. So this phrase here is mentioning the singular and then the plural. So now it's Hajj is a pillar from the pillars of Islam. That's like an eloquent way to speak. You don't have to mention the singular and the plural, but the Arabs speak like that often. I saw a man from the men. I prayed a prayer from the prayers. It's just an eloquent structure to use. So al-hajju ruknun min arkani al-Islam. So Hajj is a pillar from the pillars of Islam. No. Accent. So it's mentioned in the singular, and then then you're going to mention the plural. I read a book from the books. It's just an eloquent way to speak. It's not obligatory, but it's a beautiful structure. طيب. Number 3. Abu Zubayr, تفضل.
طيب. الناس يتزاوروا في العيد.
الناس يتزاوروا في العيد. طيب. Now if you say it that way, الناس. طيب. Now this one is slightly different, because if you start off with the noun, then the verb has to agree. Abu Zubayr began here. An-nasu. So then if you bring the verb has to agree. So you have to bring the plural, because the verb comes after. But if you begin with the verb, then it stays in the singular. Yatazawaru. It's a singular. It's the singular of the mudari'. Yatazawaru. Who is visiting one another? An-nasu. The people. When do they do it? Fil Eid. On the Eid. No. But this one is slightly different. There's another way, but the verb is going to always come before that noun. You can also say, take the khabar, or يتزاورون الناس في النام. Take the here, the حرف jar and this majrur, and begin with that. في العيد, and then bring the verb. يتزاور الناس. No. But that verb is always going to come before the noun, because if you bring the verb after the noun, it has to change the gender, change the number. Has to agree. So here you could begin with be, or you could begin with yatazawar. No. So you could say in the first sentence, the people visit each other or one another on the Eid. Now flip it around. On the Eid, the people visit each other. No. طيب. طيب, last sentence يا اخوان. Whose turn? شيخنا كيف؟ تفضل. طيب, لا بأس. شهر القيام شهر رمضان والغفران. أم سكينة تفضلي.
شهر رمضان شهر القيام والغفران.
ما شاء الله. جميلا. Beautiful. So she says, Shahru Ramadan, the month of Ramadan. The month of Ramadan. Shahru Ramadana. Shahru al-Qiyami wa al-Ghufrani. Jamilan. MashaAllah. Ahsanti, ahsanti. And that's correct. It's Arabals. Shahru Ramadana. Shahru al-Qiyami wa al-Ghufrani. MashaAllah. Ahsanti. The month of Ramadan is the month of standing and the month of forgiveness. This should be an A. Ramadan is the month of standing and forgiveness. Allahu Akbar. طيب نكتفي بهذا. We'll stop there إن شاء الله تعالى يا إخوان. يمكنكم أن تبدأوا في الامتحان إن شاء الله. You can start your test إن شاء الله. تفضل يا أخي. هذا إبراهيم. ايه السلام عليكم يا أخي فلاح.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته يا شيخ.
نشتاق إليك نشتاق إليك ومشوا يا أخي. ما يلعب بلاش تفضل.
As we heard it, in the case if we say شهر القيام هو شهر رمضان, is it correct?
You can say that, but here if you go back, they don't have the word huwa. If they had huwa there, no problem. But you would have to add huwa. If you say
If we need to add huwa,
no.
we call it out like adding the huwa, is it right to call it out like شهر القيام هو شهر رمضان?
Hey, now you can say that. That would be a complete, correct religious sentence. You can say that. You say, for example, given a class or talking to a Muslim, reminder, you say Shahru al-Qiyami, a month of standing. Huwa Shahru Ramadan. Naam, that's correct. You can say that. The month of standing. It is the month of Ramadan. Naam, that's correct. That's a good sentence. Huwa Shahru Ramadana. The month of standing. It is the month of Ramadan. That's complete. That's grammatically correct also. You can say that. Remember, there are many ways you can say stuff. You can say, for example, Ana bihamdillah Muslim. You say, I am a Muslim. Alhamdulillah. I believe as the Muslims, to the best of my ability. I submit myself to Allah to the best of my ability. طيب, Ana Muslim. You can also flip it around. Muslimun Ana. Allah. Muslim I am. That's correct. So the structure, the humbling thing in the Arabic language is that some structures are better. Yes. Some structures show more. Because this sentence here, and we'll stop here. If you say you are a Muslim, it doesn't negate that you are not also a Christian. It doesn't negate that you are not also something else. There's no restriction here. So say I wanted to show restriction, I would say the second one. Now this one is more restrictive. It means Muslim I am only. It's more restrictive. So sometimes the structures, they bring more benefit. If you say to a brother, you have two companions. You say to one of them, you say, Anta Sadiqi. Give you a benefit. You say, Anta Sadiqi. You are my companion. Anta Sadiqi. You are my friend. Now I wanted to show restriction. I want to show that nobody's closer to me than you. I want to show restriction. Now I flip it. I say صديق or صديقي أنت. This one is showing more. So sometimes the structures, they give you a little extra sometimes when you change them. Now this one is my friend, you are. Means no one is as close to me as you. You are my closest friend. Just by changing the order. Our sister says, عندي سؤال. I have a question. نعم تفضلي. ارفعي قليلا ما سمعتك جيدا. Say it again. Raise your voice up. Can we use what word? In a sentence? Our sister's asking the verb تزاورا. Can I say أنا تزاورت? طيب تزاورا. Like here, it means that people are doing it collectively. So you can't use it myself, I, because I'm only one person. تزاورا. So if I say تزاورت, there's no one, it means to visit collectively. So words like that, you're never going to use going back to the singular, because it can't go back to you if there's no one else. You can say we, you can say us, we visited one another, but you can't say I visited one another. Not like that. Allah. Our sister, our sheikha, she says, does Ramadan take the kasra when jar? طيب فائدة عظيمة. That's a tremendous question. The word Ramadan, Ramadanu, by itself is mamnu' min as-sarf. Ramadanu. This word is called mamnu' min as-sarf, prohibited from taking tanween. Mamnu' min as-sarf. Sarf here means tanween. So the words that are prohibited from tanween are never going to take a kasra. So it should be sentence. The word Ramadan, I wrote it wrong. شهر القيام هو شهر رمضان. I sent it. This kasra should not be there. It should be a fatha. شهر رمضان. شهر القيام شهر هو شهر رمضان. Now I sent it. So Ramadan is never going to take a kasra. That was an incorrection on my right. That should be, if it was mudaf ilayh, it's still mudaf ilayh, but it's not going to take a kasra. It should take a fatha. So we had shahru. It should be shahru Ramadana. So if you wrote it with a kasra, then change that correction. Ramadana. So I wrote it with a kasra. That was a typo on my part. Shahru Ramadan, not Ramadani, but Ramadana, because this type of word will never take a kasra. So it's called mamnu' min as-sarf. It's like Aisha. It's like Khalifatu. Any of those nouns, masajidu, that do not end in a tanween, they never take a kasra. Wallahu ta'ala wa alam. May Allah bless you. Reward our shaykha for that correction. طيب نكتفي بهذا. We'll stop there يا إخوان. Let's see if our YouTubers have any questions. Our sister says the idafa. Perhaps that was the correction she was talking about. That's it. No one has anything on the YouTube. طيب لا بس. طيب فنصبت فمن الله. وَإِنْ أَخْطَأْتُ فَمِنْ نَفْسِي. Anything that we said that's correct is from our Lord. Anything that's incorrect is from ourselves. And may Allah bless you all, ya ikhwan. Wa akramakum Allah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.